Hey everybody, I am currently live streaming on three different platforms at the same time. And this is really serious. But like I said, hi Con, I am live streaming currently on three different platforms. I am live streaming on Instagram, I'm live streaming on TikTok, and I'm live streaming on YouTube all at once. So yeah, I just want to put that out there. So I'll be answering and questions and try to communicate best that I'm able to. Like I said, I am currently live streaming on three different platforms at the same time while chilling on a Kool-Aid Jammer. Um, my second one. So I want to say hi to everybody that's coming up in my live feed on Instagram. I want to say hi to everybody that's coming into my live feed on TikTok. And I also want to say hi to anyone that is joining my live stream on YouTube as we speak. So I want to discuss, as you guys can tell, landlord corruption because it's out of hand right now. It's out of hand, especially in the United States of America. It's really out of. So as you guys know, a lot of you guys know that at least on TikTok and YouTube, not so much on Instagram. But this is going to be one of the biggest videos that I'm going to be discussing, discussing with you guys. Okay, so because like I said, I am live streaming on three different platforms, and I have the cameras completely, uh, you know, I have all the cameras pretty much perfectly lined up, so I could just look right at the wall, and you guys will be able to see me on all three platforms. So a lot of you guys know I have been being harassed, threatened, um, treated like dirt, abused by the management and the people above me. Which I heard them just shut the door, so they're probably coming down right now to eavesdrop on my conversation. So I'm just throwing that out there. I just got off the phone with my therapist. They're holding a huge meeting tomorrow at the office because of everything that's going on. I'm going to probably have to contact, and that's my case manager messaging me. Um, so yeah, with all that stuff going on, with the harassment from the management, from the harassment from other tenant above me. I'm not the only one who has been harassed by the management here lately. They are literally targeting these groups of people: the mental disabled, the ones with learning disabilities, and the poor. These are the three groups that this corporate management, I guess, and regional management is literally targeting. They're targeting those with mental health issues. They're targeting those with disabilities. They're targeting those that are poor. Which this is supposed to be an equal housing lender opportunity, and it's not. Um, I also just found out over the weekend about over half of the population in this complex is moving out without a notice. Does that tell you guys anything at all? Does that tell you guys anything at all? Um, and they already evicted three people with mental health with severe mental health issues. Um, they are also getting ready to evict some other people because of the learning disabilities, and it's just really it's just really a bad situation altogether. And everyone thinks, oh, the United States of America is so freaking great. Excuse me, if you don't live here, you want to know. The United States of America is horrible. And Trump is causing a lot of issues with discrimination. Um, people admit, and he's making it where people are not protected anymore that has mental health issues and disabilities by landlords. I don't know if it's because he's discriminating against those type of minorities, or if this is just a setup to see how people react to arrest. I'm not sure, but hopefully he's doing this doing this to prove a point and to add on to the mass arrest that's going on in the United States of America right now. So I really don't understand why the crappy president has to do this. But I'm not the only one who's been targeted. Everybody I know that has mental health issues or a type of disability are being targeted really bad right now in this corporate owned complex. And they own like multiple complexes throughout the United States of America. And I just want to make sure you guys all aware they are planning on evicting me. That's how it sounds. So I don't know, but if they're going to evict me, I might as well make a scene, right? And they don't have no means to evict me. It's all lies and discrimination and bias. And I just want to let y'all know I'm also planning on contacting the 317 board. The management is trying to silence the victims. Um, so it's really difficult for the victims to get any help at this point. Dude, you're old enough to be my father. I'm not interested in someone that's old enough to be my father. Dude, no. And I just want to say hi to everybody on Instagram that's enjoying my live. Hi to everybody that's joining my live on TikTok. But I don't think I have any viewers yet on YouTube. I am packing up stuff as we speak. It's going to cost me $50 to get a PO box open for 6 months, or pay $99 for a year. And then it's probably going to cost me about $180 to open a storage unit. But what's happening right now is very illegal, and no one is doing anything about it. And it's really sad because most of us with disabilities are functional adults. Most of us with mental health issues are stable and don't cause problems. But yet, we're still the ones who are being targeted, and these big corporate complexes. Um, and I know I think some of the people are about to pack up their stuff as well that just moved in here because how bad it really is. And it's ridiculous, honestly. And I would not recommend anyone to rent from the Ruda Group companies at all. Do not rent from them. Do not rent at all from them. I'm telling you guys, do not rent from Ruda Group companies. They will mess you up. They will lie on you. They will harass you and all this other stuff. I'm not the only one who's going through this. Like I said, my best friend that I met, we moved in around the same time. She was here for almost 3 years, and she got chased out because people were lying on her and harassing her with the management. The management was harassing her too, and I have witnessed it with my own eyes as well. It's really bad, and I am trying to do what I can to keep my head up and just, prepare and get stuff taken care of and everything. So, yeah, it's a very difficult situation that I and a lot of the people in my situation is dealing with. I have no idea what is going on, but since this new management has came in, they have rained the company through the ground. Like, and that's no joke. And it's really bad. It's really sad, and people don't understand how bad it really is. And people don't. It's like the worst freaking country to be in right now, especially if you have mental health issues or disabilities. And a lot of people, I'm going to be honest with all of you, a lot of people are literally, like people with mental health issues, people with disabilities are literally applying for their passports because the United States of America is targeting us. They are literally trying to cause mass homelessness to gather up people that has mental health issues, disability issues, and force institutionalize them for no reason at all. Not to mention, another thing with this bill is what it talks about is also putting people with disabilities and mild mental health issues, and the homeless in concentration camps. They're literally building, I don't even know how many camps currently, to place and house people with mental issues, to house people with disabilities, to house the homeless. But in reality, there won't be a homeless issue if the government will stop discriminating against people. If complexes stop discriminating against people, there won't be an issue with homelessness in the United States of America. It's to the point where everyone I know personally is applying for their passports, and it's usually the ones with mental health issues and disabilities. We don't get proper care that we need. Most of us don't. We got case managers who don't want to do nothing to help us because they are so fed up with the corruption and discrimination that is going on. So they're to the point of quitting their jobs because of it. And I can tell you guys, the mental health field has crashed. It has gone down through the freaking ground. And not just because of their clients being harassed and abused by management companies, or other people that lives inside of a complex, but they're also, the funding got cut by $2 billion of funding for mental health and disabilities. Yes. And that is in the big, beautiful bill. And it's not beautiful. There's going to be a lot of people affected because of how horrible things are getting. And people don't understand how bad it's gotten. And a lot of people are right now choosing to be homeless, to live in their vehicles, to find a camper or find someone they can stay with for temporary, whether it's a family member, whether it's a friend, or whatever. Or if they have a partner, try to find a way to work things out where they can live in underneath the same roof. It's just like this is how the United States of America is because of the big beautiful bill. And I kid you not, they are literally building concentration camps um, for those with mental health issues and disabilities. They're also building institutions to house people like that because they'll try and make it where they lose their housing, their stable housing, to lose the care and everything that they have gotten just to depopulate it's to depopulate. That's part of it. They want to depopulate people that has mild mental issues, mild mental health issues. They want to depopulate us. They want to depopulate people with autism. They want to depopulate people with disabilities, and they are trying to cause homelessness upon these minorities. Plus, they're trying to depopulate the poor because they want the rich wants to take over the world and rule the world. And people don't understand like how serious this is and how serious it has gotten. And honestly, it's going to get worse. It's part of Agenda 2025. That's part of the big beautiful bill, Agenda 2025. It's taken effect. It took effect beginning of the year. Um, and it mainly just talks about depopulation of people with disabilities, mental health issues, the poor, and then to do that, to cause them to lose housing, they cut over $2 billion for drug and alcohol treatment, for mental health treatment. They had to do that first, so then people will have less people to, so like the victims will have less people to advocate for them, so they can be forcibly removed from the homes through false evictions, through false lies, and then from there they're going to start praying at people like that in concentration camps, institutional lies, just to save money. And honestly, it's BS. And there's going to be a lot more abuse happening with people with disabilities. There's going to be a lot more abuse happening to people with mild mental health issues. There's going to be more abuse happening to those with autism. People have no idea what's coming. And I have known this for about a year or two, and it's not going to end well for nobody. It's not going to end well at all. And they just basically what the rich is trying to do is get rid of people like us, force us out of our homes so they can take over our life and everything else. We are not being protected as we should. And with the finance cut, that means the 317 board is not going to be able to stay open for long. That means legal aid is not going to be able to stay open for long. That means HUD is going to be completely gone. And it's not good. And apparently they want to restrict me for misinformation, but this is not misinformation. It's real life events. Do your research. Do your research. And I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop talking about it because it needs to be talked about. And then that's another thing with social media. They want to silence people who knows the truth. They want to silence us because they don't want the truth to get out. And it's not misinformation at all. And for TikTok to say it's misinformation, or to whoever that is reporting my video right now, that it's misinformation, is not misinformation. Do your research. I'm going to school and doing research on things to become a state worker, to become a county worker. And I can tell you, everything I'm saying is facts. And it's not going to be good. It is not going to be good at all. And so, like, for anyone that's in those minority groups, get prepared because you think you might not be touched because you haven't been touched yet, but it's coming. It's coming. I mean, like the counties and other areas and doctors already force sterilization on the poor. They're already trying to force sterilization on people with disabilities. This country is not a free country anymore. Not at all. which ticks me off because my adopted grandfather, my adopted grandparents were in the military. They fought for this country to protect people like us, to protect us Americans. And look, nothing, we're not protected anymore. We're not. And that's why it ticks me off. I have veterans both in my adopted family and my birth family. And there's more veterans in my birth family than there is in my adopted family. So, like, I'm just telling you guys, it's not going to end well for those minority groups. So, my advice to everybody is get your affairs in order. Protect your family, protect your partners, help your partners, do what you can to, get your partners away from situations like this. I mean, it's going to be global anyway, but like strength comes in numbers. And I'm a very firm believer that strength comes in numbers. So I said, one person, there'll be multiple people in a group to protect each other. And we need more of that. This is not a time to turn people against each other. This is not a time for that at all. So I'm going like, I just feel that this video needs to get your affairs in order. And if you have a partner, make sure your partner gets stuff together because at the end, are serious with your partner. That's all you're going to have left after everything's said and done. Get your affairs in order. And for those who have relationships with women in the United States, get your stuff together and help them get out. Because right now, the United States of America is the most dangerous country for women right now. And it's the most dangerous for people with disabilities and mental health issues. So if you have a partner that lives in the United States of America, get stuff going, get stuff started because you don't have much time left to get the person out of here, get your loved one out of the United States. Like I said, United States of America right now is the most dangerous country for women as we speak. Um, I mean, look at what ICE agents have done to people, to pregnant women. Look what ICE agents have done to women who's not pregnant. Look at what ICE agents have done to minors inside those prison camps, aka, which is also known as um, concentration camps. Prison camps is the same thing as concentration camps. We are reliving the days like Hitler. So if you have a partner in the States, my advice is get your partner out as quickly as possible and start the process as soon as possible. For women, it's not safe for people with disabilities right now. It's not safe for people with mental health issues or autism. And for God forsake, it's not safe for them to be living alone right now. And I just want to make this clear. I'm making this clear now because I don't know about you, about all you guys, but if you truly love your partner, you would do whatever you can to get that your partner out of this situation, out of the United States of America right now. Like I said, it's not safe for women to be in the United States of America alone. One, you don't have to like you got options if you have a partner in the United States of America. One, you can move over here with them, or two, you guys can get figure things out and get your partner move in with you in a whole different country. and not play games, not play emotional games with people. Things are bad. Things are real bad right now for women in the United States of America. Look at these minors who are being impregnated by ICE agents in these concentration camps. Look at women who are being killed that are pregnant by these ICE agents. And look at the women who are pregnant who's being killed in these prison camps, aka concentration camps. Look what ICE is doing to innocent people. Look what ICE is doing to the American people. This is ridiculous. We live in a time of lawlessness in the United States of America, and it's so bad that the suicide rate has gone up. The statistics show the suicide rate has gone up because of this, and it's just going to get worse. Um, so these are the statistics back from 2023 and 2024. Um, but it says United States suicide rate trends and current levels. Oh my leg! Oh my leg! It hit! Ouch! The age-adjusted suicide death rate in the United States has remained persistently high in the recent years, with 2024 marking the highest annual total ever recorded. About 48,824 deaths, according to the CDC. The rate is about 13.7 per 1,000 people in 2024, which is roughly 14.1 to 14.2 per 1,000 people. And the provisional estimates. These are just estimates of how high the suicide rates are going up in the United States of America, according to the CDC, which is Center Disease Control, whatever it's called. Um, Recent peak and plateau. 2022 was the previous recorded year for total suicides, with 49,476 deaths in the United States of America, KFF. Since then, the overall number has slightly declined to 2024, but the rate has not fallen significantly, and it has stayed above the 2018 to 2023 average of about 14.1 to 14.2, according to the CDC, of suicide rates going up. Suicide has also overtook COVID-19 as the 10th leading cause of death in 2024 in the NCHstats.com. And the numbers are rising. The numbers are rising drastically. Um, and goes on to talk about method shifts, firearm new high in 2024, accounting for 57% of all suicides, up from 50% in 2014, took their own lives by firearm suicide, according to the KFF. Demographic patterns. Males have suicide rates nearly 4 times higher than females, according to the CDC, plus another resource. In 2024, the highest rates were among non Hispanic, American Indian, and Alaska Native people at 22.5 per 1,000, and males at 22.3 per 1,000, according to KFF resource. Rates have increased most for Black people over the past decade, while they have been stable for decline for adults aged 45 to 64 and females. KFF. State variations. Rates range widely: 5.7 per 1,000 in DC to 29.7 in Alaska, KFF. About 4 in 10 states have stable or lower rates than in 2014, while others have seen increases in suicide rates. In summary, the United States suicide rate has not dropped since 2022 peak and remains at the all record high levels, with firearm suicides dominating and significant disparities by sex, race, and age. While other causes of death have declined, the suicide mortality has stayed elevated in the United States of America, making it a persistent public health crisis. Um, Hi to everybody. I'm just trying to read you guys statistics. Give me a minute. Dalton, give me a minute. I will read that stuff when I get a chance. Suicide rates in the United States of America 2026 context. And this is not even in a 2026 yet. Um, The most recent official CDC data, 2024, shows 48,824 suicide deaths in the United States, with an age adjusted death rate of 13.7 per 100,000 people. CDC resource plus another resource. While 2026 data is not yet finalized, 2024 trends suggest that rates may remain a similar range with some variations by demographic groups. National and state trends overall rate 13.7 deaths per 100,000 in 2024. Highest rates, which we already discussed that. Lowest rates is upon non Hispanic and white people. Um, and then it talks about, again, with the demographic patterns, sex. Males have nearly 4 times the suicide rate as of females, according to the CDC. Age rates peak among people aged 80 plus and higher. CDC resource. Race, ethnicity, AI/AN groups have the highest rates. Black rates have risen the most over the past decade, according to the KFF resource. Method. Firearm suicides remain leading method, accounting for about 57% of suicides in 2024. Um, So the 2026 outlook, while 2026 official figures are not yet published, 2024 data indicates continued high firearm related suicides, possible stabilization or slight decline in overall rates due to the 988 lifeline rollout and other interventions because of the funding being cut. Persistent disparities among AI/AN royal and older male populations. Key takeaway is in 2026, um, the United States suicide death rate is expected to remain in the 13 to 15 per 100,000 range nationally, with significant variations by state, age, sex, race, and ethnicity. Prevention efforts will need to target high risk groups and address firearm access, mental health care gaps, and socioeconomic factors. And there is mental health care gaps because the funding was cut by over $2 billion. And that is why there's mental health care gaps because the funding was cut. Um, and so right here it says suicide rates by 2026 World Population Review. Ouch. Oh my, that's a map. Okay, that's a map. So in Ohio, suicide rates per 100,000 K uh, is 20.0 in the state of Ohio. So that they have went up. And not all suicides of being completely finalized out as suicide because of whatever reason. Um, Let me see. Give me a second. All right, so in Ohio, suicide rate in 2023 per 100K was 14.7 suicides per 100K. Suicides by state in 2023 was over 1,000 people who committed suicide in 2023 just in the state of Ohio. These are statistics, guys. I'm literally reading the statistics right now off the internet. Hi, everybody that's coming in and rejoining, both on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. So yeah, the statistics are remaining same, and some are going up a little bit more, as I said. So I just want to talk about that because to me, I am going in I'm going to school as a mental health professional who diagnoses people, who diagnoses patients, who does therapy with patients, and to be able to help people with mental health issues and to work with people with substance use disorders. This is research that I am doing because I know in some other core classes we're going to have to talk about stuff like that. So I just want get a head start, jump start on all of it, because it's a serious issue, that people don't even realize how serious it is, and because of the funding cuts on mental health, it's going to be a lot worse. And a lot of people doesn't don't even look they don't even do research on the big beautiful bill, and there's nothing beautiful about that bill. um so yeah, I feel that this is a very important topic to discuss, and everything with everything I just talked about. To me, that it's a very important thing to talk about because you don't know what someone's going through, you don't know what they have gone through or going through. And it's so important to show people kindness and respect. It costs nothing to show kindness. It shows nothing to show respect to people, whether you like them or not. It doesn't cost a thing. And with that said, the homeless rates are just going to go up. They're going to shoot through the roof like they already have been shooting through the roof. Um, and I just want to talk about the homeless because the homeless, the mental health, the big beautiful bill, the budget cuts, the corruption with landlords, the corruption with other people and police and security and all that stuff. It all definitely combines into a bigger issue. So if you see somebody homeless on the streets, don't be rude to them. Don't hurt them. Talk to them. Get to know them as a person. Get to know what caused them to become homeless to begin with. Get to know the person, take them out for lunch, take them to a gym so they can shower, take them to get food, take them to get tent and supplies, help put them in a motel if you're able to, like help people because that could be you at any day. And like I said, landlord corruption is all at the all highs right now. The budget cuts, the corruption with landlord security, law enforcement in the United States of America, it's going up and it's continue to climb. And I just want, to be kind of like an advocate and everything for those people. Because just because someone is homeless does not mean don't, and I didn't say that. So what I was saying is, before I got sidetracked with that comment, do not judge a homeless person, all right? Because not every homeless person who is homeless deserve to be homeless. Um, because of a person that is being homeless does not mean they did something to lose their apartment. Because again, the corruption is all through the freaking roof right now, and I need you guys to really listen to me and understand that, because understanding that not every homeless person is a violent, not every homeless person is unstable, not every homeless person did anything to be evicted. um so, like, I have always been a strong advocate for this stuff, and I will continue to be a strong advocate for people who can't speak about it. And yes, this is going to get me in trouble because I'm speaking on the truth and wanting to help people. I get in trouble all the time for doing what's right. Um, if you know someone who's struggling, look for an attorney for them. Look for contact legal aid on their behalf. Help them. Truly, truly, genuinely help them without expecting anything back, because that's how God wants us to treat people. Um, So just keep in mind, because a person is homeless does not mean they did anything to deserve to be homeless. They probably could be homeless because of domestic violence. They could be homeless because of corrupt landlords. They could be homeless because of being harassed by people in their complex. I mean, like, you guys need to understand that just because someone's homeless does not mean they deserved to become homeless. Get to know them, get to know their situation, and don't and treat them with love, respect, and kindness. And a lot of times when people become homeless, it's a big pattern that they can't get housing, because if you have anything on your record that looks like an eviction, they won't you. They don't even take a second look at you. They just deny you. Um, thank you for the gifts. Um, so, like, I really want to stress this, because some it doesn't, like, if you see somebody homeless, talk to them, offer them a lunch, take them out to get lunch, take them to the gym so they can shower. If you have a um Planet Fitness account, you can. And if you're a black membership, like the black card, if you have a black card, you can help people and you can put them on, even just put exercise to help them get a shower. Or even better yet, if you're financially stable, book a hotel room for a month for them. Help them with housing. Look for housing advocate for them, because that's what people need. People need that kind of security. People need that kind of hope and love and care. And because if you think about it, we're all brothers and sisters in Christ. And we need to love each other. We need to protect each other. We need to care for each other and be there for each other and advocate for each other. Because that's sadly, this world lacks a lot of that. And it's a big issue because people need to feel safe and secure. Korean. It's a Korean, Roger. I use a translator app. So I just want you guys challenge yourself. If you see someone homeless, don't be afraid to help them. Get to know them, get to know their situation. Because if you think about it, a lot of the homeless people, they do have jobs. They just don't make enough money to rent an apartment because the prices are going through the roof everywhere. So be kind, okay? Be kind to people. It's not that hard to be kind, okay? Offer them help. Offer them mental health services. Help them find a housing to get on their feet again. So, I mean, like, guys, this is such a huge issue and everything. And people don't want to help people because they're egocentric or they just got bad thoughts about somebody. I can never stress this enough. Just because someone is homeless does not mean they're on drugs. Does not mean they did anything to be homeless, and doesn't mean that they was lawfully evicted neither. Because, like I said, there's so much corruption going on with apartment complexes everywhere in the United States of America that innocent people are being evicted for no reason. Like I have talked about this on multiple channels in the past, and I just want to bring it back up, remind you guys, love one another. If you have a partner in the United States of America, do whatever you can to get your partner out of the United States of America. Start the paperwork for them or connect them with resources or come over to the United States so you guys can work on it together. Like like I said, the United States is not safe for people with disabilities, with mental illness, sick, or those that are poor, or if you're a woman. So just keep in mind to help people. All right, help people because it could be you one day. What you put into this world is going to come back to you eventually, whether it's good or bad. Karma doesn't spare nobody. And currently, it's 5:03 p.m. On a Monday evening in Ohio. So, guys, just please be nice to people, help them get where they need to be because this world is a very cruel place. Okay, and I also want to talk about another issue because honestly, people don't think that scammers and stuff is part of the issue. All right, romance scams, scammers, all that stuff can cause mental duress, cause someone to be extremely under stress, duress. It can cause a person to lose their housing. It can cause all kinds of issues. You know, you have to take care of your people. And like I said, if you have a partner, if you have a girlfriend in the United States of America, I don't care who you are. If you have a genuine wide relationship with a girl in United States of America, my advice for you is to get over to the United States of America as soon as possible to take care of her, to help her get the paperwork that needs to be done, to protect her and stuff like that because that is a man's job. That is a job for the man, not for the woman, but for the man. All right? Grow up, grow a pair. It's a men's job to help their partners, especially if they're in a horrible situation. So, yeah, keep that in mind. All right? Keep that in mind because, I'm probably gonna be evicted here soon because of people's lies. And you guys know me. So if I do get evicted, you guys know I didn't do anything to be evicted. So like just like let me be an example to rest the homeless, okay? Like for some reason I get evicted for no reason at all, because that's probably gonna happen because of the harassment and the abuse and the discrimination that I've been going through. Um and everything. I just want you to know, like, look at me as an example. You know, if I get evicted, I got evicted for no reason because people want to lie, people want to harass, people want to start stuff. This discrimination really bad going on, and it's just bad. And the management here is really bad. It's really, really, really bad. Um, and they discriminate against people. And there's some other people that discriminate people with disabilities more than the other managers. But I am just saying, like, think about that. There's is a lot of discrimination going on. So guys, I just want to say I love you guys. Thank you for the gifts. And thank you for listening to me. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to share this video because they put a restriction again, because they would want to say I was giving misinformation when I was reading the information from the CDC websites and from CDC input and other things like that. So do your research, okay? Educate yourself. And remember, if you have a girlfriend in the United States, I don't care who you are, help her get out, come up here and be with her so you guys can get stuff figured out, because we're in a time now that it's not going good. Women need protection, and a lot, and there's been women just in my local area that's being raped because they're homeless. So I just want to bring that up as well. So just mind, cross your T's, dot your I's, because you don't know what somebody is going through. You don't know their story. And I just want to stress this. All right. I love you guys. Bye on all my channels.